Day 3, let's go. Today I thought it'd be nice to start off with a shank. Classic. The plan for today is the same plan as yesterday, but slightly different. The last 2 days I was focusing on the front to back contact point, try not to hit too early or too late, but today I want to work on the vertical zone of contact, not hitting too high or too low, but finding that Goldilocks sweet spot. And to do that, I am going to keep alternating 10 forehands, 10 backhands. That really does seem to be the best way to find a good groove and rhythm. Alternating every shot was just too many variables. Felt like it was hard to focus. So I'm dumbing things down so I can just work on that specific goal, which is contact height. Okay, I know I just made a big deal about contact height, but while I've been working on that, I discovered an interesting side effect. It helps with my footwork. Which, makes sense. I mean, the only way to consistently contact the ball in the same vertical plane is to move your feet in the horizontal plane. Ooh, like that. That's a perfect example. Let's see that again. Okay. Well, it was alright. I could have loaded that back leg better. But the point is, I'm focusing on contact height, and in doing so, it's making me move my feet. I just thought that was interesting and was a good way to show that all aspects of the swing are connected. If you change one thing or improve one thing, it should also improve other things. So I recommend giving this a try. Spend a few minutes focusing on consistent contact height, but promise me if you do this, you'll put effort into your feet because the swing feels better when the feet are moving. Alright, let's get into some heavier hitting, and it's number time. We're about 16 minutes in, roughly 295 balls hit, give or take a few. I feel like I've been able to find a good groove today, definitely feeling more in the zone compared to yesterday, but it's not just my feet. Something is also different about my swing today. I really had to take a step back and try to break down what exactly it was, because I'd like to be able to put a solid reasoning behind why a particular day feels better than others. Got it, I figured it out. There's a lot less of trying to muscle the ball. I feel like I'm a lot looser, smoother with the grip. I'm not squeezing so tight. Just feels a lot cleaner. Okay, let's recap the 3 things. Contact height, better footwork, and a loose, smooth wrist. And I already see the comments. A lot of you are going to say, duh, of course you're hitting better if you're doing those things. But we all know those are basic fundamentals. But now it's not just head knowledge for me, right? Like I have experience relating it to my swing. I now have a mental and visual understanding of how those fundamentals affect the outcome of my swing. And I can apply them whenever my swing goes off the rails, which it usually does. But as I practice those things, I would hope that they'll start to find their way sort of subconsciously into my swing and into my game. That muscle memory that everybody talks about, right? And so I think here's a good example. I lose control a little bit, but with those fundamentals fresh on the mind, I'm able to get it back under control fairly quickly. And if you go back to day 1, like that was not happening. So that's progress right there. And here again, I lose control, but let's get it back. All right, come on. Don't quit. Keep hitting. Find that strike zone. And yeah, and we're back, right? Like, I'm proud of that. That's good hitting. And it's usually easy for me to get hung up on needing to hit like 1,000 perfect shots in a row. But I'm honestly more proud that I spent the effort to keep that rally going than stopping and starting it over. But you know how it goes. Even with that, all it takes is one small lapse of focus and... the walk of shame. But here's what's interesting. Yesterday, I thought I didn't hit good at all, but I only had one shank over the wall. Today, I feel like I hit really good, but I didn't have just one shank. And it wasn't just backhands. And my favorite one. But even with all of those shanks and mishits, I left today feeling like I had a great hit, even though on paper yesterday was a better day. So why is that? Why does my brain not care about actual stats and only about feel? And what is actually better for improvement? Is a quote-unquote good day like today better? Or is working through and finishing a bad day like yesterday better?
I'm not a sports psychologist, but I have a suspicion that probably the reason today feels better is because I struggled and worked through a bad day yesterday. So all in all, going forward, I'm going to really try to embrace the bad days when I'm not feeling it, because I think persevering through those days in the long term is going to be far more impactful on improvement. And I hope you'll find a wall and try this too. It's only day 3. We got a long way to go, but we're going to get there. So let's call it there. Kick serve that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell, because we're just getting started. And special thanks to the man walking his dog for picking up all my shanks.